Let me share. If you missed yesterday, this woman that brought it, I mean, I, I can't believe it brought her back because she dropped the mic yesterday. But let me tell you something. This lady, Michelle Renee, she's a seasoned entrepreneur, a philanthropist that utilizes her past experiences in corporate America and business to help educate and level the playing field for undeserved communities. She is the founder and CEO, come on now, she's a bad mama jamma, of Informative Services, which is a research and education company that provides market research and educational workshops on personal development, social issues to other underdeserved communities. She's all about her folk, everybody. So let me tell you something. Her mission is to level the playing field. And she's become a well-known speaker and advocate for financial empowerment through education. She's committed to spreading the gospel about finance and being the voice of truth. She's been immersed in fintech and entrepreneurship for over 20 plus years, and she saw an urgent need for the re-education of the undeserved. Michelle believes that when people do not understand money, including how to budget, save, and borrow, individuals and communities can suffer economically. She says that there is no greater joy than seeing people's eyes light up, and our eyes lit up yesterday as they pieced together the puzzling maze of finance and practical wealth building. Please, let's welcome Miss Michelle Renee.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before I get started, I want to thank Wakana, the Wakana family, for allowing me to be the keynote speaker for this Global Wealth Expo. I appreciate you so much, and thank you so much again. Thank you. But it is about the money. Yes, it is. So I'm going to just proceed. I'm going to share my screen, and I got some good things to share with you all. And truth is always key, okay? So let me just go here. All right, now I'm about to share my screen. Yep, all right, great, we're ready to rock and roll. All right, again, thank you. I'm Michelle Renee, founder and CEO of Informative Services Incorporated. And time is my #1 currency. And my ministry is wealth. Informative Services is a savvy, very savvy, research and education firm where we inform to empower. We are elite thinkers, planners, doers of one accord, where we know our value and our God-given inheritance is priceless, and we will protect it at all costs and not accept anything less. We are dedicated to servantship. Informative Services is a lifestyle. Yes, it is. We overstand, not understand, we overstand good information is the primary source to any wealth. It is written that my people are destroyed due to the lack of knowledge, and not having good information a lot of the times leads to confusion and fear. Yes, it does. Let alone causes loss of time and money. And time we cannot get back. I don't care how much wealth you have, you cannot get time back. But when building wealth, we must keep learning and be highly skilled at identifying tools of wealth before hitting mainstream. I talked about that yesterday. Before hitting mainstream, coming early to the party is so necessary. But once the tool of wealth proves its worthiness, yes, it has to prove its worthiness. Like I said, some assets is not worthy of our hard-earned dollars. It's not. But once it proves its worthiness, then we obtain that asset. We maintain it and simultaneously grow the wealth and protect it. Again, it makes no sense to accumulate assets and it's not protected. And one vital key to protecting assets is, I said this yesterday, own nothing but control everything. But to do this as efficiently as possible, we must acquire good information. Good information leads to good education. Good education leads to good options. We want good options. We don't want bad options, okay? Also, we must not get distracted and be highly skilled at being observant. It is necessary to be or become master listeners and master observers to be able to execute with precision. When I'm delivering information, it must be the truth. And sometimes the truth can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary, okay? If I deliver anything less than the truth, I have done an injustice to you, and that is not an option for me. When building wealth, understanding and knowing the truth is vital. You have to know the truth. But for the time that has been graciously allotted to me, I'll be going over how to get started with cryptocurrencies and other wealth building strategies. Currencies have evolved throughout history. And countries adopting new types of currencies is rather normal than not. It's very normal. But right before I jump in, my support team is in the chat room. A couple of them are, and they'll be answering your questions as I'm going through the presentation. But we will have a designated Q&A session immediately before I conclude this presentation, okay? Because I want you all to be able to ask me the questions that are on your mind. I'm here, and that's why I'm here, to help, okay? And again, currencies have evolved throughout history, and countries adopting new types of currencies is really normal. It's not out of the normal, okay? Out of the norm, okay? The evolution of money or currency. It gets more savvy or fancier as time progresses. For example, if you look at this cattle, this cattle, okay? And we used to barter, okay? Sometimes we will, back in the day, they will barter with different parts of the cattle. Or if you give me this part of the cattle, I'll give you some eggs. So we will barter, okay? So that's very, very normal. I think sometimes we're still bartering too. Later, we were using silver and gold. I showed this yesterday. We were using silver and gold, also known as lawful money or God's money. We would transact or purchase goods and services, which this is still a currency, a legal tender, whether people know it or not. We will use this physical silver and gold, or that comes in bullions or bars. So I like bullions. That's what I like. I like bullions, okay? It's a silver 1 ounce is a silver 1 ounce piece of gold. Then later, paper currency came about, and it was backed by gold. Yes, it was backed by gold. So there was something backing that particular currency. We couldn't print no more money than the amount of gold we had, okay? Then later, the paper currency was not backed by gold, but by the faith and confidence of the people. Some people will be like, I don't understand. What does that mean, the faith and confidence of the people? When you and I go into the store and exchange that paper currency or that paper dollar, we are confident, yes, we are, that it will be accepted and that store or that company will accept this cash for the goods and services that we want to acquire, okay? So that's the faith and confidence. But when people confidence leave and feel as though that paper currency is not buying what it used to buy, and it take more of that paper currency to buy that goods and services, then the currency doesn't seem valuable, like Venezuela. The currency was not of value anymore. It decreased in value. People were literally having wagons of paper Venezuela currency going to the store and buying goods and services, going to the store and buying cheese. I remember I saw a block, just a regular cheese that's cheese singles. It was priced for like 14,000 Venezuela currency. So the thing is, we believe in this paper currency because we simply know when we go into a store that they're going to accept it. So that's the faith and confidence. But once that leaves, it's a problem, y'all. Next, we went to plastic. I don't know if that was a good or bad thing. We went to debit cards and credit cards, okay? Which provides the option of not having to be present. We don't have to be present or in the physical when purchasing a good or service. So again, we have different things that we use to transact throughout history when purchasing goods or services, okay? And with these plastic cards, it's being transacted over the phone. So if you want to pay a bill, you can call and then use your credit card or debit card over the phone to make that payment. You don't have to be in person. And what's happening, the internet is being used, okay? So what do I mean, the internet? Next, we had electronic money such as Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, all of these things. We don't have to be present at all. Well, with this, you don't have to be present at all. It's the internet that's being utilized so we can send and receive these electronic dollars, okay? So don't get, sidetracked, again, in reference to new currency. It happens all the time, okay? So our currency does evolve as time passes, but we must know the players on the board who controls these different currencies. You must know the players, people. I play this video very often. Some of you probably have saw this. It's because it's still so relevant, people. We must know what roles these different entities play so we can capitalize and monetize from various assets, okay? This is very short video. Make sure you're listening to it closely because it happens real quick, okay?
Remember, we're not part of the government, so we don't talk about trade. Trade is not an issue for us. So the Chinese central bank attends these international forums, and we have discussions about the global economy, but we're not in the room. We, as the Fed, are not in the room on trade discussions. We're not an advisor to the government in any way.
That's Jerome Powell, 16th chair of the Federal Reserve. He just said we are not advisor to the government in any way. Well, who controls the Federal Reserve? Remember, we got to know the players on the board, okay? If the Federal Reserve controls and manages our currency or money supply, but is not part of the government, who is the real decision maker? Who is it? Who is it? Okay? This is Nathan Rothschild. This is a quote, a couple of quotes. I care not what puppet is placed upon the throne of England to rule the empire on which the sun never sets. The man who controls Britain's money supply controls the British Empire, and I control the British money supply, Nathan Rothschild, okay? And the next quote, similar. Who controls the issuance of money controls the government. Didn't you just hear Jerome Powell from our Federal Reserve stating that they are not part of the government? Okay? You must know the players in any game, and acquiring monetary wealth is truly a strategic game, and you must know the players on the board. This is not checkers, y'all. This is chess. We are definitely transitioning, migrating from paper currency, our legacy systems, to electronic, digital, cryptocurrencies. I got a question to you all. Was this a dirty little secret hidden in plain sight? Was this a dirty little secret hidden in plain sight? But I'm going to move on. I love providing factual information to back up what I'm saying. It's not just coming out my mind, okay? This is an IMF, International Monetary Fund working paper. Yes, it's a live working document. It's a private document as well, but if you know where to go, you can access it. The public can. The IMF, which is a private organization, which the Federal Reserve is a private organization as well, that definitely makes decisions about our money or currencies. Let's see what this document is saying, okay? It says potential steps in the transition from paper standard to electronic money. This is from the International Monetary Fund, okay? I'm not gonna read it all, but I'm gonna read some key things. Okay, so let's begin with number 2, strengthening macro-prudential regulation by raising equity requirements substantially above those prescribed in the Basel III document. The Basel III document came out a couple of years ago, and most people don't know in that Basel III document, lawful money, silver and gold became a tier 1 asset. So it was a tier 3 with some risk, but now it's a tier 1 asset, declaring it as legal tender. People don't know that to take place. So when these things are happening in the background, there's something that's being planned, okay? Number 3, ask banks and other financial firms to make contingency plans for negative interest rates. We are currently basically at 0 right now, okay? So they're definitely on the path. They're checking these boxes, okay? Number 4, develop accounting standards for negative interest rates that take electronic money as the unit of account and give to paper money the value of its worth in the market relative to electronic money. Number 5, ask government agencies to prepare contingency plans for negative interest rates and non-par evaluation of paper money. What are negative interest rates? Basically, if you have your money in a traditional account and the interest rates are negative, now you are paying the bank to hold your money. Oh, yes, you're now paying them. We're kind of sort of paying them now, okay? So this is definitely seems as though this is going to come into fruition. Number 6, make it clear no one has the right to pay off large debts to the government in contexts where transactions are now routinely conducted with bank money. Again, I'm gonna say that again. Make it clear no one, meaning you or me, has the right to pay off large debts to the government in contexts where transactions are now routinely conducted with bank money. They don't want that. Number 7, established by law, the debtors do not have the right to pay off large debts with paper currency at par when the market value of paper currency is below par. So they already know this paper currency is basically dying and they're not going to want it. Number 8, formally make money in central bank certified bank accounts legal tender. Formally make in central banks certified bank accounts legal tender. If you don't know what some of this stuff is, please take a screenshot so you can go back and research, okay? Number 9, announce the intent to introduce an electronic money system. I'm going to say that again. Number 9, announce the intent to introduce an electronic money system. People, I just told you yesterday about the Banking for All Act, which talks about the U.S. digital dollar launching, okay? And also I showed you a video of Jerome Powell speaking about their U.S. digital dollar. So this is in their plan. Announce the intent to introduce an electronic money system. Number 10, lower the central bank's interest rate on reserves to 0 or slightly below 0. Number 11, lower the central bank's target interest rate on reserves and the central bank's leading rate substantially below 0. Okay, so the thing is, people don't know really how this money system works. When banks, commercial banks, go to the Federal Reserve, they have a discount window. That's what they call it, a discount window, where banks go to, commercial banks go to acquire their funds, but they get it at a discounted rate. So if the interest rates are negative 0, so therefore they're basically being paid to take those funds, okay? And then they lend them to us for a premium. So that's why you have, it's 5%, 10%, 15% based upon your credit. So they can go to the Federal Reserve discount window, commercial banks, things of that nature, get their money, purchase their money, but they're being kind of paid to purchase the money. Because if the interest rates are zero and they're not really being charged anything to purchase their funds or their paper dollars, and then it goes to negative zero. So now the Federal Reserve is paying them to take the money. That don't make no sense whatsoever. But then charge us a premium. And this is what's happening, people. Our interest rate is basically zero right now, okay? But they still charging us. Let me resume. I think I was on, okay, number 12. If there is any sign of large increases in paper currency withdrawal, institute a time-varying deposit charge levied on net deposits, which banks deposit paper currency with the central bank in exchange for reserves. Let me say that again. If there is any sign of large increases in paper currency withdrawal, institute a time-varying deposit charge. Oh yeah, you're getting charged if you're trying to withdraw your funds. Okay, a time-varying deposit charge levy on net deposits when banks deposit paper currency with the central bank in exchange for reserves. So they're speaking about that. Number 13, discount bulk cash applied to reserve requirements by the factor one deposit charge. Okay, I'm not going to get, that's very technical. I'm not going to get into that too much. Number 14, implement the accounting standards appropriate for negative interest rates and non-par valuation of paper currency. Number 15, require payment of taxes and other substantial debts to the government in electronic form. Again, require payment of taxes, we pay those, and other substantial debts to the government in electronic form. Number 16, implement the contingency plans for government agencies. Number 17, ask all firms to post prices in terms of electronic money. I'm gonna get to that. Ask all firms to post prices in terms of electronic money. 18, make it clear that firms are allowed to specify in contracts, including loan contracts, and in retail sale, the terms under which they will accept paper currency. I'm going to read that again. Make it clear that firms are allowed to specify in contracts, meaning that if you have a car loan, home loan, things of that nature, and in retail sales, if you go to Home Depot, Costco, Kohl's, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all these different retail stores, the terms under which they will accept paper currency. So they'll be able to write their terms that they want to accept your paper currency, because if you're trying to get rid of a currency, this is how you deter the public. You tax them if they want to withdraw cash. You tax them if you want to pay with it. You make it so such a deterrent that people will move to that new electronic money, okay? All right. It seems to me this document is suggesting we'll be penalized for using paper dollars cash, especially item number 17 states, and asks all firms to post prices in terms of electronic money. Okay, what does that really mean? The rise and fall of the dollar. This is the purchasing power of the US dollar. I think this is an awesome graph because it shows the deterioration of our purchasing power from 1913 to 2019, and now we're in 2021, so it's much less. So you can see we had more purchasing power. 1913, as we go to 2019, in reference to this chart, it gets much more, it dwindles down to almost to nothing, okay? Our dollars have lost much of its purchasing power. As you can see by this diagram, the paper dollar is devalued greatly and being flooded through our system. That is how you kill a currency. You flood it, you give it away. You just basically go ballistic, like our Federal Reserve is going ballistic. Something of value you just don't give away in abundance. That's one way you know this is the last hurrah for the paper dollar, or the currency we know to be. Some of us are benefiting from stimulus that has been injected into our system. But remember, if you depend on the government to feed you, then the government can definitely starve you. Again, if you depend on the government to feed you, then the government can definitely starve you. The transition from paper currency to electronic digital currency is here. Whether you want to believe it, whether you want to accept it, it is here. And based upon the IMF document number 17, asks all firms to post prices in terms of electronic money. Do they mean post prices in terms of electronic money, meaning Bitcoin and possible other cryptocurrencies? Huh. There is a new asset class, people, in town. Cryptocurrency, digital assets, better known as Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin is a digital currency that have been in existence for 12 years. And normally for any currency to mature, it needs to be in existence for 10 years. So therefore, Bitcoin has been in existence for over 10 years, okay? So we're now in the 12th year, okay? Also, Bitcoin can be sent peer-to-peer without the need of a bank to anyone in the world. You do not need a bank to facilitate this, okay? It cannot be garnished or frozen if stored properly. Cannot be garnished or frozen if stored properly. That's why you have to know how this new money, electronic money, work, so you can know how to maneuver successfully and hold on to your wealth, okay? Not give it away. It takes seconds to receive. Fees are as low as fractions on a cent. Yes, it is. But as time progresses, it seems like fees are definitely, still are increasing, but they're much, much cheaper than what is in a traditional system, because banks move a lot of money, billions of dollars a day, and that's costly in the old system. So now they're moving over to this new system, these new blockchain system, and it's costing them fractions on a penny. So it's saving these financial institutions so much money. It's helping their bottom line. So if it normally would cost JP Morgan Chase to move $100 billion, say for instance, it would cost $1 billion for them to move 100 billion. Now with this blockchain digital currency world, with this technology, it can cost them much less than that, $10,000, $5,000 US dollars, 5,000, or sometimes even cheaper with something with distributed ledger technology, which is a way that they're moving back and forth monies, fractions on a dollar or on a penny. So this new technology is helping banks preserve their bottom lines. I mean, tremendously. Money where they were paying out, they're not paying out anymore. Okay, so they're looking at this as something that they can definitely capitalize on, okay? There are only 21 million whole Bitcoins that will ever be created, that will ever be in existence. Bitcoin is divisible, and it can be purchased in fractions, okay? It's fractional. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. The lowest denomination for a Bitcoin is something called a Satoshi, okay? Where does that name come from? Satoshi Nakamoto is a person that supposedly created Bitcoin and basically had that white paper available, okay? So that's where they get that Satoshi. So the lowest denomination of a Bitcoin is a Satoshi. Just like the paper dollar breaks down to 1 penny, a Bitcoin breaks down into a Satoshi, which is 100 millionth of a single Bitcoin. That's small, y'all. Us crypto people count Bitcoins in sats, which is short for Satoshi. So we'll be like, okay, how many sats does that cost? So we're counting even in different increments, people. Yes, we are. But it's the technology that is amazing that Bitcoin and these cryptocurrencies, which are built upon, okay? The technology is groundbreaking. And the technology is called blockchain technology. Blockchain technology, okay? What is blockchain technology? I'm not going to get super technical, but I just want you all to be able to have an experience of what the official definition of blockchain and what it is. So please take a screenshot picture of this, okay? What is blockchain? The technology that consists of a record of transactions that are encrypted and cannot be changed, which many truly believe this promotes transparency and trust. So basically, transactions on the blockchain happen in real time. And transactions in our legacy system, when we're using our debit and credit cards and making purchases, sometimes we can overdraft and not know it and think that we have monies available and they're not available. With blockchain technology, these transactions are happening in real time, okay? And the fees are cheap. And also with the blockchain that Bitcoin is built on is open, it's public. People can see the transactions. People can see what's in your wallet. That's good and bad, but it promotes transparency, okay? And with the old legacy system, it seems to be that it wasn't transparent, okay? There was a lot of supposedly, and not supposedly, but it was a lot of things going on that many people didn't like, okay? But there's another definition as well. Blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transaction that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computers on the blockchain. Bitcoin is decentralized. JP Morgan Chase is centralized. So therefore, when you have a centralized entity, they can control it more. They can manipulate things. But when things get more decentralized, spread out, it's very, very hard to manipulate, okay? So a lot of these cryptocurrencies are built on decentralized blockchains, okay? But let's look at what types of cryptocurrencies are available, okay? There are 4 different types of cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, okay? Number 1, Bitcoin is in its own class. It was the first one to make to pave the way for other altcoins, okay? So you have Bitcoin, okay? And there are over 9,000 cryptocurrencies. So every other cryptocurrency besides Bitcoin are called altcoins, meaning alternative coins, okay? And some of these altcoins are called XRP, okay? Ripple is the company, XRP is the coin. You have Ethereum, and the ticker symbol is ETH. You have Litecoin with the ticker symbol is LTC. And within these altcoins, there are privacy coins, because remember, Bitcoin is public. People can see your transactions. They know what's in your Bitcoin wallet. So therefore, there is something called privacy coins. It does exactly that. People cannot see what's in your wallet. So if you know, the Wakanda representatives, they're making all this money. When they buy their island, they don't want people to know anything about them island. That's none of their business. So with some of these altcoins, there are privacy coins, and one is called Zcash. And that ticker symbol is ZEC. Another privacy coin is called Monero, and the ticker symbol is XMR, okay? And the thing about it is, we need to get and understand which cryptocurrency does what, so we can apply the right cryptocurrency to whatever we're doing, okay? So we have to keep learning, and we have to know what's going on and what's happening. Also, we have something called stable coins. It's exactly that. A stable coin is softly pegged to the US dollar. So we all know these cryptocurrencies has high volatility. They fluctuate. I mean, it has big margins of how they fluctuate. And many of us in the crypto space, if we know we want to purchase a crypto down the road, we would normally exchange our paper currency or our digital currency, the ones that are in our bank account, our traditional bank account, and then we'll exchange it for a stable coin called for USDC or DAI. So the understanding or the motive behind this, if I want to buy something later and I don't want my money's fluctuating like that, and I want to make sure I have what I have. So if I have $500, I will basically exchange that for a stable coin, and I will park it there until I'm ready to buy my Bitcoin or Ethereum, okay? So it's just a place to park US dollars in a crypto, so you can just be ready to buy, okay? Because we want to be ready. If you're not ready, get ready. If you're ready, stay ready. So we have to stay ready, okay? Next, With these cryptos, there are 5 main functions to operate Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The 5 main functions are how to buy a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. The second one is how to sell a Bitcoin, because if you want to take profits, you need to know how to sell it. You want to know how to send it, okay? If you want to send it to your daughter or your son or your mother or your father, you need to know how to send these cryptocurrencies. You need to know how to receive them. So if someone wants to send you something, you need to know how to do that. And also, you need to know how to withdraw as well. Withdrawing is basically sending or receiving, and withdrawing back to your traditional bank account, okay? So buy, sell, send, receive, and withdraw. These are 5 functions in operating Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, 5 main functions. If you know how to do that, you will know how to operate basically any other cryptocurrency, okay? But most people access or buy various cryptocurrencies by creating accounts. So how do you even obtain these cryptocurrencies? How do I do this? What's the mystery? Some of us here have obtained and bought cryptocurrencies, but I want to show those who have not done so what this looks like, okay? First, you will need to create an account. Yes, you will. Okay, this is one way. You can create an account by going to Coinbase.com, okay? Coinbase.com. I spoke about Coinbase.com. They actually went public. Well, there was a direct listing that went live on a NASDAQ on April 14th. So this company is now being publicly traded. Yes, it is. And this was a company we were using way before that even occurred, okay? Coinbase.com is a crypto wallet and exchange. Millions of people use Coinbase to buy, sell, and store their cryptocurrency. So you would need to open an account. So basically you will go to sign up, open an account, follow the prompts. You'll provide your personal information because they do KYC, know your customer. You will upload your identification, and then you will attach your bank account, your traditional bank account. So if you have a checking or savings account, it will allow you to attach that so you can be able to get verified and be able to buy, okay? So Coinbase.com, you just go to sign up and then just follow the prompts so you can have an account, okay? With an exchange, okay? A reputable exchange. Also, you can buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency on other exchanges as well. I like backups. I just don't like one option, okay? So there's another exchange called Gemini, Gemini. You can go to Gemini.com, do the same thing. Sign up for an account, follow the prompts, okay? You have to get verified. Since cryptocurrency is definitely heating up, it can sometimes take these cryptocurrencies, these exchanges longer to verify you because so many people are flocking to them, okay? So you have to follow the prompts. Also, you can go to a Bitcoin ATM machine. I'm pretty sure we've seen them pop up. If you have your phone, just Google right now, Bitcoin ATM machines near me. You will be surprised how many Bitcoin ATM machines are near you. So basically, you will go to that machine and you will follow the prompts just like an ATM machine, and it will give you a Bitcoin wallet address where your funds are being held, okay? Your balance, all right? So that's another way. Some people are very traditional. They was like, oh, that funny money, I don't want to do that. So some people have participated in Bitcoin through Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. It's a stock that's attached to Bitcoin, and the ticker symbol is GBTC. G as in go, B as in boy, T as in Tony, C as in cat. So that's another way you can participate. You can go on E-Trade account, Ameritrade. They will have this particular stock available, okay? Also, you can go on PayPal and buy Bitcoin. You can go on Cash App. There are so many places now where you can indulge in Bitcoin. But the thing is, you need to know which places are more efficient, okay? Because some of the places that I mentioned, I personally would not indulge, such as PayPal. But if some of you are getting started, that's probably is maybe something good for you. But reason why I'm saying that is because PayPal, you can only transact Bitcoin on their platform with those users within their environment. Okay, just like Robinhood. Someone called me and said, I can't send my Bitcoin. I said, no, you can't, not on Robinhood. Robinhood, you only can buy and sell. That is it. So if you want to send it to another wallet or somewhere else, you will have to liquidate. You will have to sell it. Then those dollars go back into your wallet, into your traditional bank account, and then you have to then buy that Bitcoin or whatever that asset over again. So the thing is with Robinhood, for me, I don't use it because I don't like to be restricted. With PayPal, you only can transact it within their ecosystem. So if I want to send it to someone, I cannot do that, and I cannot receive it. Okay, and Cash App as well. Okay, so Cash App is another place. So that's why you have to know who does what, how these platforms move, because we need to move efficiently as possible. Every dollar, every cent, everything counts. Okay. So now let's see how to actually buy or purchase Bitcoin on Coinbase.com. After you have successfully created an account, this is how you would do this. So let's get close to the screens. For those who've never purchased Bitcoin, you're about to see a live transaction that was recorded some time ago, okay?
Now we're going to see the steps in buying a Bitcoin. So you make sure you're logged into Coinbase successfully. You go to Home, then click Portfolio in blue. Then you're going to look for Bitcoin, which is here. You're going to select Bitcoin. Then you're going to go to the blue button, Trade, click that once. And make sure that buy is highlighted in blue, and you're going to put the dollar amount that you want to purchase, the USD amount. So this person is purchasing $7 worth of Bitcoin, and it tells you how much that big Bitcoin equates to in $7. And you can select your bank that you have connected to Coinbase, or you can use Cash USD, which is also deposited onto Coinbase. So Cash was selected, pay with Cash. Click Buy Now. Processing. Order was submitted and a confirmation email was sent in reference to this order of purchasing Bitcoin with your USD.
And that's it, basically, people. You just, that was a transaction, a $7 transaction some time ago, purchasing Bitcoin. And then you will see the balance right on your dashboard. And as it's fluctuating in the market, you will see that. That's it. That's it. That's all. Okay. Now let's see how to sell Bitcoin. Let's see how do we do that.
Now we're going to see the steps in buying a
how to sell Bitcoin. All right, let's get close to the screen so we can see, because this goes real quick. It's nothing, it's not hard at all.
We're going to see the exact steps in selling Bitcoin. Make sure you're logged into Coinbase successfully. Go to Portfolio, highlighted in blue. We're going to go find Bitcoin because that's what we want to sell. Bitcoin is here. Select Bitcoin. Then you're going to go to the blue trade button to get the sell feature. Make sure you click sell and the amount you want to sell in Bitcoin, which will also tell you what that equates to in a Bitcoin. So $7 worth you're selling, and it's going to be deposited Cash USD onto Coinbase, which you can then send to your bank account that's attached to Coinbase. Click Preview Sell, the blue button, to make sure that's what you want to do. Click the blue button, Sell Now. Processing, order was submitted, and you'll receive an email with the status update, and you're done. That is how you sell Bitcoin.
Super easy, okay? Now,
We're going to see the exact.
all right, so that is how you sell Bitcoin, okay? So that's how you buy a Bitcoin. That is how you sell a Bitcoin. So it's not hard at all, you know, in buying and selling and things of that nature, okay? So I hope the mystery is gone. If some people never knew, that is it. And I like Coinbase because it is very user-friendly, okay? But moving on. When creating wealth, a key strategy is earning interest. Yes, 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 yes. And we like compounding interest, okay? We need our wealth to keep turning over efficiently as possible, as at the highest yield possible. And some of the ways to accomplish this is through something called staking. People are like, what is staking? People in crypto definitely know what staking is. It's just another word, a method for earning interest, okay? And it's another method is liquidity pools. That's another way you can earn interest, okay? And yield farming is another way you can earn interest. So there's many ways you can earn interest, people, in reference to crypto, because normally with traditional products, it's not so much interest that we're earning right now. So in reference to traditional financial products, a CD or something like that, you know, good if you get 1, 2, 3%. I don't know if you're gonna get 3%. So the thing is, we have to maximize our wealth, okay? And we need to do it as efficiently as possible. But discovering which platforms are best to yield more returns requires good research, people. And testing these platforms to ensure they are user-friendly and reputable. This requires many hours of time and research, but I'm going to show you all one of the platforms we use here at Informative Services to accomplish this. People, I'm showing you some stuff that, you know, normally, you know, it circulates among us, but Wakanda is family, and I want to show you this, okay? Because in order to, again, maximize, and we're trying to capitalize on our initial investments, it's super important to know where to go to do these things, okay? This is Zapper. I'm pretty sure many of you have not heard of Zapper, but people in crypto definitely know what it is. This is a screenshot taken on yesterday evening, okay? So let's just go through some things. At the top, it says dashboard, exchange, pool, farm, bridge, history, okay? We here, people at Informative Services, this is a platform that we use that we want to gain interest on our crypto. So the thing that you see at the bottom, it says this is a liquidity pool, okay? So basically you can access or invest in one of these liquidity pools. I want you all to pay attention to the ROI in reference to these liquidity pools. And again, it takes much research to know where to go and when to do it. So this first one, when I go to Zapper, I like to go to the pool. I'll select pool, and then I go to ROI. I want to search it or sort the pool by the highest return. Just because you see a high return doesn't mean that that's where I'm going to immediately go, because I need to know where am I investing my money in? Is this a reputable project? This and this. So other variables going to play, not just, oh my God, I can get 4,816.37% for 1 year. So that looks high, okay? In reference to the traditional market, comparing it to traditional financial products and to these new digital asset products, the interest is crazy. But to me, it's really not that crazy. I'm gonna tell you why. So here for this first one, Akita for Ethereum, you select to invest this, they're telling you you'll get 4,816.37% for the year. Or you can do it, for a week, it breaks down to 92.62% for a week. A lot of these liquidity pools you can pull out anytime. So it's not like, with other traditional products, you have holding periods, this and that. I'm not saying some of them don't have holding periods, but most of them don't. Okay. And that's what I like about figuring out what's the right platform. Okay. But with this 4,816.37%, I'm like, that's okay. Why do I say that's okay? It's cryptocurrencies, many of them that we investing in the form of services are pulling 19,000% for this year only. So if you do 19,000% divided by 4 or 20,000% divided by 4, that's what, 5,000% for a month? And you're telling me it's basically 4,800% for a year. So people in crypto can look at it like, that's okay. But research and understanding this market is super, super important, okay? So sometimes we will use this platform. Remember I told you all about stable coins. Remember I said that? And I said we'll park money there. So it can be a good idea. People like me in crypto who are parking money and just waiting for a buying opportunity. We're waiting for the dip. We're waiting for that market to go down so we can re-enter. We can definitely hold $100, $500, $1,000, $10,000 in these liquidity pools while we're waiting to execute purchases. So we're making money while we are waiting to purchase on the dips. Okay. So this wealth game is chess, not checkers. Okay. Also, again, research is super, 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 super important. And those people on my team, we definitely know how this game works. We've been in it for a long time. We was in the traditional market. Most of us come from Wall Street. So therefore, we know where to go, where to look. And we test a lot of these platforms out, okay, before even suggesting them or letting people know about this, okay? And also, in reference with this liquidity pool, the reason why I come and check this often, because if you go to invest, depending upon how many people get in, the interest goes down. So if you get in late, the interest goes down. So that's why you got to be Johnny on the spot. You got to, you got to have your finger on the trigger. You got to be ready. Okay. So, so the more people enter, the less interest. But if you get in early, you reap the reward. So remember, I said coming early to the party. You definitely have to do that. That is unnecessary, coming early to the party, okay? We must keep turning over our wealth even where we're sleeping. I love making money while I sleep. I make the majority of my money when I'm sleeping. But also, I will share with you some cryptos to keep on your radar. I'm giving y'all some good stuff here, people. Oh, yes, I'm giving y'all some good stuff, okay? So I'm about to unveil some cryptos that some of these are not readily available on Coinbase. Remember, coming early to the party is key. A lot of these cryptos we obtain before being available on exchanges, okay? Because normally, if you get them early, they're cheaper. And then your dollars go further. I don't like to pay for things that are overpriced. That ain't what I do. I like to acquire undervalued assets and then look at them as they grow gracefully, as they're going to their appreciation. Okay. So I'm about to give you all some cryptos. Okay. So, so I'm going to give y'all something real good. All right. Cryptos to keep on your radar. XRP. There was a lot of different tumultuous things around XRP, but those that inform the services and such as me, we knew that was some, information that was being disseminated to the public to possibly keep us from that asset. And based upon what XRP is doing, It is definitely doing what we thought it would do. We did not get discouraged based upon mainstream media or those who were saying various things about XRP, because when you know the asset you hold, when you know it for yourself, you're not moved or shaken, okay? So XRP. The next one is Ethereum, ETH, that is available on Coinbase. Also Cardano, ADA is available on Coinbase. Bitcoin Cash, BCH, is available on Coinbase. Litecoin, LTC, is available on Coinbase. Now we have something called VeChain. VeChain has partnership with Louis Vuitton, LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy. And maybe some of you all know this, that LVMH acquired Tiffany, the jewelry, the fine jewelry store. Also, Walmart is attached to VeChain, BMW. A lot of these big corporations have not partnered with these crypto/companies using their technology. So VeChain is doing very well. Digibyte is doing well, DGB, Singularity Net, AGI, Hedera, Hashgraph, HBAR, okay? So I have just supplied you with some good information, people. Yes, I have. And so definitely keep these cryptos on your radar, okay? Because they're doing some spectacular things. We identified these cryptos before they even started increasing in value, going to their value. So, but we still believe that they have some ways to go, okay? Next steps. Continue to do your own research. Build wealth with performing assets. Only invest what you are willing to lose. It is not impossible that a person who invested $500 in crypto is now a millionaire. It's not impossible that somebody invested $5,000 in crypto are now multimillionaires. It's not impossible. These things are not impossible. The thing is, you have to have that good information, and you need to know what tools to use in order to pull out this wealth, because we're about generational wealth. We're about life-changing wealth. We're about changing life-changing wealth to the point of even from our generations to come. Okay, so again, having this type of monetary wealth allows freedom. You can now move around. Okay, and even when you have a certain level of monetary wealth, it's things that somebody will bring to you, you're just not going to do. You're not going to do it because you don't have to do them. So it gives many options when you have monetary wealth, okay? And so there is a wealth transfer happening, people. You have read it in the Bible. Even when I was at a conference a couple of years ago, it was a lot of wealthy people there. And they were talking about the wealth transfer. They were literally saying, this is the wealth transfer. Normally you would hear that sitting in church, but they were literally saying this. So we're moving from this old legacy system to this new digital economy, okay? And there has not been a new asset class since the 1600s with bonds. Again, there has not been a new asset class for us to partake in since the 1600s. And now Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, has hit the scene, and those who had an eye of discernment, an eye and having a eye for being having a mastery level eye of being observant and having a discernment, were able to see the potential, and now they're reaping the monetary benefits. So we're transitioning, and they do call this the wealth transfer. So people are taking their traditional paper dollars and exchanging them for Bitcoin. They're exchanging them for these other cryptocurrencies. These big corporations, these institutions, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, Fidelity, all of these corporations are moving to Bitcoin because it preserves purchasing power. They see the transition, they know the transition, and they have basically told the general population that that was not so. And now they have entered way before them even publicly stating this. So the thing is, you cannot get distracted. You cannot get distracted in reference to what's being attempted to be fed to you through mainstream media. So therefore, it is super, super important to understand what is happening and basically making sure that we are efficiently indulging in these assets correctly, because times are going to get more challenging, and you're going to need to know how to operate within this crypto new digital currency system. Most people are just going to be transacting, not knowing how it works. They're just going to be transacting and not taking advantage. They're going to be taken advantage of, but they're not going to be taking advantage of the opportunities. So we're in this rough transfer where we are now seeing it right now. So therefore, please, people, pay attention, okay? Again, build wealth with performing assets. Only invest what you're willing to lose, okay? This is our disclaimer. And now we're about to enter our Q&A session, okay? I don't want to hold up any more time. So if we can, let's enter this Q&A session, get these questions answered so we can, so we can do what we need to do. So we're going to give it to Dr. Ross so she can facilitate or moderate this Q&A session.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Exciting. You got us fired up, girl. And I want to add,
Go ahead, Melissa.
I want to add to you, Michelle, Renee, that you've been such a blessing to Wakana. You've been such a blessing to all of us. And because of really how we were inspired, I know when I first had a chance to learn from you, we asked, about accelerating our acceptance.
Melissa, you're muted.
I'm muted out?
I can hear.
No, we can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear her.
But we really wanted to accelerate our acceptance of cryptocurrency. And so as you were speaking about all these big institutions converting everything over, and I'm like, oh my goodness, on May the 1st, Wakana accepts cryptocurrency. Yeah. Right? Awesome, Michelle. That was just dynamic. We love you. So great stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Michelle Renee.
Yes.
It's Dr. Rita. Phenomenal, outstanding presentation.
Thank you.
So USA Today just put out a report that Bitcoin fell by 15%.
Yes.
So this is the optimal time to buy. Is that correct?
Buying opportunity. We call it flash sale.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We have somebody that asked, is now still a good opportunity to get involved in Coinbase?
The direct listing?
Since it's gone public.
Oh, so basically I would think so, but I would always say watch the price of it. The high it got, I think, was like around $400 some odd dollars. I think it's now trading at $300 something odd dollars right now. So key is watching the price and getting in at a good entry point. Okay, so I do believe Coinbase do have longevity, and it could be potentially like an Amazon, because this is the first cryptocurrency exchange, and it's the largest one in the United States of America now being traded. So I think, definitely it's a good opportunity.
Awesome. Someone asked, what are your thoughts on staking for income?
I love staking, but staking on the right platforms, that is key. You have to stake on the right platform. So staking is great. I just spoke about that. So that was a liquidity pool that I just showed, but definitely staking on the right platforms. There's something called Atomic Wallet that we use over here feverishly here at Informative Services. So again, it's about compounding the interest. So when we purchase a coin, we'll send it to our atomic wallet, or we'll exchange it there and acquire that token. And some of those tokens you can literally stake and gain interest right on that platform. So there was one called Zilliqa. I think the interest is 15%. It's not a lot, but that is something that is readily available, and it's right there on that wallet. So they're paying you in that particular crypto, I think on a weekly basis, sometimes daily. And so you're making money on top of that crypto. So I love staking, and I use Atomic Wallet a lot for that. Okay.
All right. Someone asked, they said they went to a Bitcoin manager and they put in $500 and they told them they would get $9,400. But when they went to withdraw, they said they had to pay $3,400 verification fee. And they're asking, is that a scam?
That seems like a scam to me.
Hey, Dr. Roz.
You
Yes.
never give anybody your Bitcoin. Never.
Wow. So Dr. Michelle, this is Phyllis
Wow.
Nash. And question for you is, when you're trying to buy from Coinbase something that they don't sell, is there another step involved in that transaction that I'm going crazy with?
There is, okay, so could so there are cryptos that Coinbase don't sell. So there is ways to acquire those. It's not always written in stone how to do that, because we have to continuously research what platform will have that coin. So it's not something that's universal, like, oh, one platform has these other coins. So you will have to gain the information from the service and we'll show you, okay, this is a platform and this is how you get this particular crypto, okay? Because there's many variations, and you want to make sure you're doing it on a reputable platform as well.
Yes.
Yeah, out here,
Lost some things, or some funds are lost out in cyberspace or wherever crypto.
Yeah. So you have to make sure when you're doing that, you're sending and receiving it to the right address.
Right.
If you don't do that, it's now on the blockchain floating somewhere. So we have to make sure that we have to make sure that we're doing it clear and concise and making sure it's the right step. Even now, when I'm sending money, when I'm doing transactions, I gotta have quiet. I'm in a room by myself. I said, because I've lost money. Okay, I have.
Yes.
Getting into this crypto game, it was $1,000 worth of Ethereum. I told Senator Patricia Scott this, and the Ethereum was like $20-some there. So now I have $60,000 somewhere floating on the blockchain. Yes, I do, from that $1,000.
Right.
So we have to make sure that we are following all the steps and knowing exactly what needs to happen. Okay.
And so is that taught at Informative
Yes.
Services?
It is definitely taught at Informative Services. Yes.
I am there.
Okay, so you're here at Informative Services?
But I will be there when we
okay. Oh yeah, so definitely it is taught at Informative Services, because we don't want you losing no money. I mean, literally none. We don't want that. So we definitely do step-by-step tutorials. I do Zooms. I deliver this information in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Even I have went to small groups and taught it live in person. It's whatever needs to happen to make sure the members at Informative Services know exactly to know how this to transact with these currencies. So I look forward to seeing you.
And did you announce the VIP class you have? Because I know Carolyn Washington, if you're on the line, you won a $400 value to Michelle's VIP class. So did you announce that, Michelle?
Okay, so I did let my team know, but no one contacted us. But yes, she won the raffle yesterday. And all she has to do is just contact us, and we're going to hook her right on up.
But what about for others, though? What about for others who want to participate? Perhaps they can pay their own $400 is what I'm saying.
Okay, so repeat that again. I didn't hear you.
If other people want that VIP class that you have given her access to, I know you mentioned.
Okay, no, she has access to the whole thing. She has access to our VIP membership, not just the classes. She has access to our e-learning dashboard. She has access to everything. She has the VIP membership. She has access to me. She has.
We get that too. How can we get that? We have to.
Okay, so everybody wants that.
We want that, Michelle. Is what we're
saying.
We want to buy it.
Okay, so this is how this happens. So let's do this. Well, anybody who's listening to me from Wakana, we can give them 10% off. Team here, listen, we're gonna give Wakana attendees 10% off the membership. The membership is $3.99, and we're gonna make that promo code Wakana. So you can go to informativeservices.com and you can become a VIP member, okay? When you become a VIP member and enter that promo code, you will then get set up. You'll have your own login, username and login, where you have access to everything that I've been teaching. You learn at your own pace. We keep track of your progress as well. You have access to the master classes I've taught in the past. You have access to our VIP membership. That's where it's really be popping at, y'all. So the Telegram. Because as soon as we find out something, it's posted to our VIP Telegram. So say, for instance, we knew about the pre-IPO for Coinbase a year or so ago. So we'll post it like, okay, we go to link 2. This is how you, if you want to participate, link 2. This is how you sign up. This is the price. So we give every single detail in acquiring that asset, okay? Even with new coins, if we find out a new coin and we believe it's we believe in that coin and we feel it's undervalued, we'll post that coin there. We're like, okay, this is the coin that we're looking at. This is the this is how you access it. If you have any questions about the tutorial, the step-by-step tutorial, let us know, because we're available 24/7 on that Telegram. So you can shoot us a message. I don't care if it's 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 7 in the morning, because we have people all around the country. So we just cannot just be open United States hours. So we have to be open 24/7 and be readily available to all of our members. So any question you have about crypto, even down to insurance, we just don't do or talk about cryptos or indulge in that. That's one big thing, but there's also insurance products that we indulge in as well. How to obtain physical silver and gold. People don't even know how to do that. We know how to go to our local pawn shop, but people don't know the reputable exchanges that are not price gouging, okay? So you need to know that. You need to know how to obtain physical foreign currency. We know we have FX, foreign trading, but we obtain physical foreign currency. So I would literally go to my bank and have them order me physical foreign currency that I feel is undervalued, that I believe that is going to go to its potential. So we're doing a lot of different things here in the okay? So you get access to everything, to me, to my team, the master classes, the e-learning dashboard. Also, you get a welcome VIP gift box from us as well, because we appreciate those coming into the platform, because we are all here to support one another, okay? So I hope that kind of sums it up on how you all can get involved.
Yeah, so we'll get that code out to everyone. So Laurie, if you can work on that, and then once your team has the link up and running where we can get that discount.
Okay, that's right. It's ready. My team says ready. The
it's ready now.
Ready.
Okay,
it's ready.
They off the chain.
Yes, I love them. I love them. I couldn't do this without them. I couldn't. Yeah. So the link is
did
ready.
you say get Telegram, the app?
Okay, so when you become a member, we provide instructions.
Okay.
You'll get an email, welcome email, and it says get Telegram. So you would download the Telegram app to your mobile device. So I have it on my laptop, iPad, phone. And once you do that, you get a private link to our group. And then you see everything that we've been talking about. I mean, everything that we've been talking about, all the assets we've been talking about. So, and yeah, so that's all you have to do. Just go to that link when you become a member, and then my team will see it, and then you automatically have access to that VIP group chat, which is very, very, very important.
Michelle, they want to know, is it an annual fee or is that?
Yes, it's annual. It's $3.99 and it's an annual fee. I wanted it to be available to everyone.
Can you hear me, Michelle?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to say I signed up with Michelle a little while back. She had been giving me so much free information. I just felt embarrassed when I called her one day to get more free information. So I said, you know what? Let me just pay for this. I paid the $400 or $500. I can't remember which one but I tell you, I have made back my money over and over and over again in just 2 weeks. In just 2 weeks, the growth, my money has grown. so much so that I had only put $500 in this one coin, and then ended up splitting that up and getting some other things as well, other coins as well, and just my money is just multiplying, and I'm just excited about it. Happy to be a part of what you're doing.
And thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. Senator Scott has been amazing. Ever since I met her, she's been amazing. So when she called me, I'm going to pick up, y'all. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And I just want to let you all, there's levels to this crypto game. You know, you get started, you get a Coinbase account, and then, you know, you're acquiring these undervalued cryptos. But then you want to start staking. You want interest and compounded interest. And then you want to get into these liquidity pools. People, it's a lot of money being made. But the thing is, I don't know how long they're going to keep it like this. So, because I know institutions are still getting involved and they're still, you know, participating. So please, you know, it's levels to it. And there is a lot of money being made. A lot.
And let me just say, there's a lot of money being made and a whole lot of money being lost right now.
Yes, it is. Yes. So you have to know how to operate these cryptos correctly. That's the must. That's key. Okay?
You're not with crypto, you're losing money because we're still dealing with this fiat paper money. The value is down to zero, just about. There's a moment, just a certain amount of time, and it's not going to even be here. So we really need to really get in on this and learn as much as we can. And someone put in the chat, I think it was, I'm not sure who it was, but she said, this is only $34 a month. She said, you really can't beat that. $34 a month to get this kind of information and knowledge. It's outrageous. So yeah.
Over $1 a day, a little bit over $1 a day. Yeah.
A cigarette.
And I do take everything that we do here in Informative Services, we plan it out because we want to make sure we're providing the best information possible. I grew up on the west side of Chicago, and I figured out the reason why a lot of us can't succeed the way we can because we are dealing with tainted or skewed information. So if the information is tainted, normally the option is not going to be the best. So they're throwing options at us, but they're not all good options. So if we have good options, we have a better outcome. So whatever information the Informative Services disseminate, we make sure, triple, quadruple check to make sure that that information is good. So we cut the learning curve down. What we learn about cryptocurrency when people are entering, it's a lot of information, but we're cutting the learning curve down so you can be able to understand this thing a little bit more quicker and get in, okay? So I don't know if there's any more questions.
Thank you so much. You have enlightened and enriched each and every one of us. And so Dr. Pat and I were sitting at the table yesterday trying to figure it out, but we figured it out now, right, Dr. Pat?
That's right. I got my 2,500 in INX yesterday.
Yes, I'm so excited for you all. So INX is basically it's a IPO. But the thing is, it's a private sale. This is the only regulated company that the SEC has approved. They will be, you're going to hear these words, just like NFTs, non-fungible tokens people talking about. They are tokenizing a big portion of the stock market. The stock market is moving over to blockchain, and they are doing it. So you all got in before the public, and that is what we want.
Y'all don't sleep on this. Y'all hear this stuff? I remember with Google stock, I had an option to get it at $85 a share before it went anywhere. And, at the time, nobody was Googling. I was living in New Jersey. It was, I believe, somewhere around 2001, right? No one was on the internet searching for things. And it just at the time was like, what is Google? And of course, we all know the story about Google. So don't miss things, guys. Just like she said, be willing to invest what you can afford to lose. Nothing's guaranteed. But at the end of the day, 5 years from now, whatever little money we put in it, we could have been spending on shoes and purses and handbags, but we can have an asset that can make us money. So let's get with it.
That's right.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, all right, all right. My goodness, this is just a wealth of wealth.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Well, I have a
Is the
question
link
though. Right now, guys, just think about what you paid to be a part of this phenomenal second year anniversary. I mean, just with some of the classes, you can break them down individually and it's worth the investment times 10. So
Yes.
I just want to give all of our speakers, I know we're still got more to come, but just so much love and thanks because this has just been life-changing and we need to get ahead of curves, not behind them. Too oftentimes we're behind the curve after everybody else has gotten rich. Now we're investing and it's too late. So I'm just appreciative of all of our phenomenal speakers, our wealth coaches, our health coaches. You guys are all amazing. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. My life has already changed today if we didn't do anything else. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
will
Thank
the Wakanda discount be on the site, on your site, Michelle?
Yes, can you put it, team, were you able to put it on the site?
It's there.
So it's already ready. So if you just go there and just type in the promo code, you're ready to go. So
Yeah,
I use
we got some people already saying in the chat.
Just
there it
used
is.
it.
how they use it. Oh yeah, so it's live. It's already ready. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there
Yeah.
any email that because there are a ton of questions. We'd be here all night answering some of the basic questions. Is
Okay.
there any of your staff possibly where they can just send an email to ask maybe some of the other questions that they might have?
Yeah, so team, so I'm going to put our email address, the general email address, and if you want to just forward us over the questions, we'll just answer them in a mass email, in one email, and we can send them over. Yeah, so I put our email address there, and yeah, so, oh, yep, so there it is, and just send them on over, and we'll answer all the questions.
Thank you so much, Michelle. We are just, I can already tell from our pillars that we're indebted to you already. So it's like wonderful. We